Hey, welcome back to the Confidad Podcast. Your host, Dan Tinquist here. So glad you chose to tune in today. We begin this episode with our fatherhood mindset. Go ahead, say it out loud with me. I'm the only one who can fulfill the father role I have, so I choose to do it well. I get to show up well for my kids. Imperfection is reality. Ownership is a choice. Today is brand new. So is tomorrow. I am wholly loved, so I will love wholly. In today's equipping section, I want to unpack this statement. Intention is our reality, but perception is theirs. You may have heard this in communication skills or behavior skills or interrelational stuff, like the reality that what we intend to say doesn't always match the way that other people perceive what we're trying to say. And this couldn't be more true than it is in family context. You may intend to communicate love and beauty and kindness and patience, but what is perceived is not exactly that. Let me use this metaphor, okay? Happened to me a few weeks ago. I was rucking with my dog, and I had forgotten the dog waste bags at home. And so she did her duty, and I didn't pick it up. But I had every intention of rucking just a little bit further down the road, grabbing a waste bag, and on my way home, picking it up. Someone drove by and saw this happen. They saw me not pick up after my dog. And now I know what they were thinking. They're like, this jerk just let their dog do their thing on the sidewalk, and he's not even picking it up. Was my intention perceived by that person? Did that person believe the best in me? Probably not. I would be willing to bet that they made assumptions about my intentions that were not my reality. So you see, their reality, their perspective of what was going on did not match the reality within my own mind. I knew what I was going to do. They did not. I knew my intentions. They did not. So what happens when this occurs as a father? When your intentions aren't outwardly communicated accurately and appropriately to your children. Unfortunately, we do things a lot of times that set us up for failure or set our kids up for assuming things that actually are reality. Because the other thing about this is if our intentions don't match our actions, then their perspective is actually reality. Like when we say things to our kids like, not right now, honey, wait a minute, and we don't actually do what we said we were going to do a minute later, their perspective is reality. Intentions only become reality to everyone else around us when our actions match our intentions, right? So where today are your intentions matching your actions within parenthood, within fatherhood? Are you doing what you say you're going to do? Are you following through on the things that you expect? Are you following through on the things that your kids can expect of you? That is called integrity. When there's integrity both internally and outwardly, that is a reality of integrity. We like to call that character. Are you doing the right thing? Are you living consistently and predictably towards your children when nobody else is watching? Or are you saying one thing to your kids and doing another when they're not around, or doing another when you think you can get away with it, right? Lots of people will say things like this: do what I say, not what I do. When you're an adult, you can make these decisions too for yourself. What that communicates to kids is that I get to manipulate the world too and not live with integrity, not have high character, because I can just wait till I'm adult and then I can say whatever words I want to say. I can do whatever I want to do. But for right now, I just have to live under these rules and under this roof, and then I'll have freedom. Is that communicating what you think you want to communicate to your kids? Is that the intention that you're hoping? Or are you just not able to hold yourself accountable to something? And so you say, do as I say, not as I do. Interesting. Not sure that that's going to actually bear the fruit in your kids' lives that you're hoping to bear. So back up a bit. We talk about our intentions matching our actions. And if they are, good, celebrate it. Give yourself a pat on the back, celebrate with your kids, like find ways to mark out the moments of success in parenting. Parenting is hard, especially if you want to do it right and well. It is hard. And no one needs more things like put on their back to make it feel heavier. Like celebrate those good things that you're doing and take a good, hard look at where your intentions don't match your actions, right? Now, back to the story. I did go and pick up a dog waste bag on my ruck, and on the way home, I did pick up after my dog, and I brought it home and threw it in the trash like a good, responsible human. Did the person who saw me not pick it up change their perspective about me? Nope. They didn't. Probably. I don't know. Haven't asked them, haven't seen them since. Don't even remember who it was or what kind of car they were driving. But that doesn't matter as much as what my kids experience my intentions as. If my kids, hold on, I don't get to control what a random stranger thinks about me or sees when they don't see my intentions. But I do get to somewhat control the reality that my kids have about me. Am I doing what I said I was going to do? Am I living with integrity with them? When they ask me to go play catch in the park and I say, hey, not right now, but in 5 minutes when I finish preparing supper, yes, I will come help, or I'll come play catch with you. If I don't set a timer and make that happen, it doesn't happen. And then I don't live with intention, and my kids begin to expect that dad will say one thing and do another. And I would argue that there's not many things that are more important than living with integrity with your kids, right? Doing what you say you're going to do. I run into several dads where we unpack their own childhood. They have said something along the lines of, I don't want to do what my parents did in saying one thing and doing another. Having a double standard, over-promising and under-delivering. I don't think any of us want to intentionally create that culture in our family, but without intention, by default, that is often the way that it can go. Because we're so caught up and so busy and so wanting to get projects done and other things done that when we say to our kids, yes, just give me 5 minutes and I'll do that, but then we forget, it doesn't communicate, oh, dad's forgetful. It actually communicates that, I don't know if I can trust my dad because the words that he says doesn't match the actions that he takes. So, can you be perfect at this? Probably never. But can you get better at it? Absolutely. Today, you can get better at doing what you say you're going to do. Living not just with intention inwardly, but intention that matches action that becomes their reality. So what are you doing today? What are you going to do today to empower your kids with a more accurate understanding and perspective of who you really are? We don't get to control our kids' perception of us. We do not get to control the perspective by which they see us, but we do get to control how we treat them. We do get to control the words that we say to them, the ways that we follow through or don't follow through, and hopefully we are. So may you be empowered today to not just use lip service to try and kind of manage the behaviors around your kids, but may you do what you say you're going to do. May you empower yourself with the reality that the days that I have my kids in my home, that they're going to need stuff from me or even want stuff from me, is getting shorter and shorter, and live with an urgency that says, I'm going to be intentional. I'm going to be intentional about the words that I speak. I'm going to be intentional about the actions that I take so that my inward attention matches my kids' reality. Because what bridges the gap there between intention and reality is action that matches that intention. So I hope you feel empowered today to go take action based on your intention and let your kids' reality match your inward reality. We'll see you in the next episode.